Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Be seated.
Thank you.
So, Mridul,
Yes, sir.
this is your first attempt?
Yes.
Great, very young boy. So, you have done your BA,
Yes, sir.
very good marks. Political science, sociology, geography. Acha, you have taken all the subjects which are required to be studied for UPSC.
Yes, sir.
Good. Political science, sociology, geography. Good. So, what was your optional?
Sir, political science and international relations.
Oh, yes, I knew it. Aryan College Indore. Okay. Now, just tell me that what has been your real hobby? यहाँ तो आपने लिख दिया जो, but I want to know what is your real hobby.
Sir, I used to play cricket for the MP state team under 16. So that was my real hobby. But in recent time, I have developed a new hobby of watching web series in Hindi language.
Hindi language.
Yes, sir.
Playing cricket. Okay. Sports scholarship for cricket by Directorate of Sports. You have been, it means really good in cricket. So you were a bowler or a batsman?
I was a batsman.
Batsman. कौन से नंबर पे खेलते थे?
So first down.
अच्छा.
Yes.
Oh, very good. First down has to be very, very good in playing fast bowling.
Yes, sir. Some reliability also.
Reliability, yes. So what have you learned from the game of cricket except for team spirit? That forget about the team spirit. But what else have you learned from this?
So the one value I can recall is the emotional intelligence.
Okay.
So for example, I have been dropped a lot of time from the playing 11, but I tried my level best and returned to the team. So second is the values of cooperation with the other team members. And so third I can say the adaptability to different environments. So for example, when I used to play cricket for the state team, the players were from diverse background and diverse cities. So this I can recall at this point of time.
What was your feeling when you used to hit a century or half century? What feeling used to get generated?
Sir, at such a young age, I was feeling such a pride that at the age of 13 or 14, I am playing for the state and I am making some of our state proud. This was the feeling that I.
And did you ever think that this energy will be helpful for you in your future?
Sir, I feel the democratic values that I have learned for cooperation and coordination with the team members, this can help me in the administration as well in the coming future, because I feel that cooperation is the utmost priority in the civil service as well. We have to work as a team. So I feel it will help me in the coming years.
What are four major, what you should say, pillars of Indian diplomacy?
Yes. Sir, I can recall the first is the Panchsheel. The values of Panchsheel is the guiding light of Indian foreign policy. Sir, second is the strategic autonomy, be it by non-alignment in the Cold War era and be it by multi-alignment in the present era. And so third, I can recall is the guided by the values of historical civilizations like Vasudev Kutumbakam. Sir, for example, in present context, we are guided by the 5S approach of Sambhal, Sahyog, Samriddhi in the UN level.
Who has declared these things?
Sir, Honorable Prime Minister is of the view of 5S approach. And so fourth is that to get the rightful place in the comity of nation.
And fifth?
And sir, fifth, I can recall is the neighborhood, primacy to neighborhood policy. Because without having primacy in the neighborhood, one cannot become a global power.
Why are we not able to resolve our boundary issues with neighboring countries?
So there are some historical animosities. So for example, with Pakistan, we have some historical. It is said that India-Pakistan relations are like prisoners of partition. So that's why some issues are with Pakistan is there. And so same is the issue with China and Bangladesh. Some historical British era issues are there that we cannot resolve at present context. But sir, I feel diplomacy is playing its picture. For example, we have land boundary agreement with the Bangladesh. So some hope is there in the coming future that we will definitely resolve the boundary dispute we have.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
You are from Madhya Pradesh. Tell me about some important social problems of Madhya Pradesh.
Sir, first is the gender literacy gap in Madhya Pradesh. Sir, in India, the literacy gap is around 17%, but in MP, it is around 20%. This is the first I can identify. So, the issue behind this is the structural issue of patriarchy. This I can observe in the Bundelkhand region from I belongs to. Sir, second is the health issue is there. So, for example, in present context, only 8 district hospitals of Madhya Pradesh comply to the norms of Government of India health standards. This is a
Only 8 district hospitals.
Yes,
Out
sir.
of how many?
So 52.
52.
Yes,
Only
sir.
8.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so third, I can say is about skill development. Sir, for example, if going by the pockets of the MP, sir, it is highly skilled in the Malwa region, but the Bundelkhand is lagging behind. That's why we can see the district migration from the Bundelkhand region. And so fourth is that despite of being mineral list state, we have not yet converted into the human development parameters. So this I can identify as a major problem.
That's very good. Now, there are some recent reports of World Bank and IMF which say that in India, the abject poverty has either vanished or has substantially reduced in the past few years. What is your view on it?
Sir, as far as my knowledge goes, around 275 million has been lifted from the poverty between 2005 and 15. But sir, definitely we are the largest, having the largest poor population in the world in present context. But population poor is decreasing, but not yet reduced. We are the world's largest having poor population in the world.
How is the poverty line defined now?
Sir, World Bank defines around $1.90 is the poverty line in the world. And sir, in India,
$1.90 per day.
yes sir, per day dollar.
Per day income or consumption?
Sir, income.
Income. Yes.
And sir, in India, the Tendulkar committee has defined some guidelines of some rupees that I cannot recall it, however the exact amount was there, but this is the poverty line in India and world.
So poverty line should be defined as in terms of income or in terms of consumption. In your view, what should be there?
Sir, I feel poverty is a multidimensional concept. Only the income or the economy cannot be the parameter. So, for example, we should go for the education, health, and the income as well. But income should not only be the alone parameter in the estimating of the poverty.
So income along with health and education.
Yes, sir.
But still you will not take into account consumption, food.
Sir, I can say some more pillars can be required. For example, cooking, fuel, electricity, education, health, income, even housing as well. Because some international organization like UN talks about housing poverty as well.
I will like to intervene. Sorry. Why don't you define directly that I want to go in for MPI?
Yes, sir. That also I was talking
डायरेक्ट
about.
ऐसे तो नहीं आता है तो उसको बोलो फिर अच्छी तरह से.
It's a multidimensional poverty index of UN.
Of UN.
Yes, sir. So it talks about living standards, health, and education. And inside this, there are 10 plus are there of drinking water, sanitation, health, cooking fuel, electricity, and some other.
But it has not been estimated. Poverty in India has not been estimated on that parameters.
So presently,
parameters.
income is the basic criteria, but government is doing this its best to estimate the poverty on the multidimensional fronts.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mridul, now you are a cricketer at a state level. So tell me what is happening to Virat Kohli these days. What is your assessment?
So Virat Kohli is definitely one of the brilliant player country has produced,
Mm-hmm.
but from some time he's not in the yet form, so he's not able to play well.
ये form क्या होता है? I don't understand what is the form.
What is the form?
Huh.
Why it happens?
What is the form? You are a good player. You are a good player.
Form is
हाँ.
showbiz in IPL.
हाँ, showbiz है अपना form.
So sir, I feel that as I have also played, a player cannot be performing consistently at the every platform in the every atmosphere. So I feel sometimes there might be conditions which do not allow the player to perform at its best. But he is doing his level best and will come out in the future.
Okay, good. So we are hopeful that he will come back.
Yes, sir.
Now in Madhya Pradesh, can you tell me what are the World Heritage Sites?
Yes, sir. Sir, first is Khajuraho Temple,
Mhm.
second is the Sanchi Stupa,
Mhm.
and third is the Bhimbetka Caves. These are the three modality sites in Madhya Pradesh.
Okay. And what is the role of Sanchi in national emblems?
Sir, the Ashok symbol, which the government of India has taken, has come from the Buddhist principles, and Sanchi is definitely an epitome of Buddhism, built by Samrat Ashok.
Yeah.
So I think this is the
Good. Good. Now, tell me, what was the basic philosophy of Kautilya in political science?
Sir, one basic philosophy is the Sadgun Siddhant of Kautilya,
Mhm.
which we can see in the Indian foreign policy as well.
Yeah.
Sandhi,
We are talking about politics, not foreign policy.
Sir, Sadgun Siddhant is there.
Mhm.
First, I can say.
What are those?
Sir, Sandhi, Vigrah, and
That is the foreign policy issue.
sir, in politics, I can recall some issues like national interest would be utmost priority for the king, whoever in the power. And sir, second is he talks about corruption as well, which is basic in the governance of the country. And
He
sir,
gave a theory.
seven pillars of the state.
Yeah. So tell me about that. That is the politics.
Sir, king should be there, Janpad should be there, treasury should be there, Amartya should be there.
So what should be the role of the king?
Sir, king he calls as the Navi. He is the center of the state.
Yes.
The king should navigate all the ideas in the state,
Uh-huh.
and king should be person of ethics. He
Yes.
should be a person of impeccable integrity,
Exactly.
so that the
That is
state
the
should be
first
ethical.
principle. What is the second principle?
Sir, Amartya.
Uh-huh.
Sir, that means the king cannot operate alone. The council of ministers are necessary to guide the state, prince to guide the king
Yes.
to have the good governance in the state.
Yes.
And third is the treasury.
Yes.
So without treasury, king cannot operate.
Good.
So have some good revenue system,
Mhm.
good expenditure, have some integrity in the expenditure.
Okay.
This is about treasury.
Mhm.
And sir, fourth is Janpad. That means territory of the state.
Yes.
The district should have territorial integrity. And it should protect it at any cost.
So that is also defense.
Sir, defense is there. Fifth where defense is there.
Mhm.
So because defense is very essential for protecting our territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Mhm.
And sir, two I cannot recall at this point of time.
Intelligence and spying.
Intelligence. Sorry.
Eh?
Thank you, sir, for being notice.
So yeah, I think these are the principles governing
Saptang theory.
the political aspect. The one we were talking about earlier, that is the international relations. So what is the name of this book which he wrote?
Sir, Arthashastra.
When did he write?
Sir, there are some difference of opinion in different texts.
Uh-huh.
Some of the view that he was in Mauryan Empire, but some are of the view that some facets of the book were compiled in the later phase. So I cannot come with a
But
conclusion.
when was he?
Sir, he was during Mauryan Empire.
So Mauryan Empire, which year?
Sir, I can say around 323 BC in the times of Chandragupta Maurya.
Yeah, around that time. Now my last question is, how do you look at India as a young man after 10 years from today?
Sir, I hope so of India becoming Vishguru in the being a net educational provider.
Do you want India to become a Vishwa Guru?
Yes, sir.
I would like it to become Vishwa Sishya, to learn from everybody and to improve. We don't have to teach, we should improve, isn't it?
Sir, Vishwaguru is not around teaching or professoring someone.
Yeah.
It is about having good knowledge from others, and we should be at the center, not the center of.
But Guru is basically a teacher. That is the concept behind Guru.
Yes, sir, literal sense that is the Guru is the teacher. But sir, I feel that Vishwaguru is like guiding by the value of Vasudev Kutumbakam. That world should be a family.
Yeah.
World should move to a peace and prosperity, not the war. So this is the values of India that will guide the world in the coming future.
So you can say civilizational values of India
Yes.
can guide the foreign policy. That is true. But then we don't have to preach people. Because the more you preach, the more criticism you invite. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mridul, you played cricket
Yes, sir.
at state level,
Yes.
under 16. Huh? You played for your state.
Yes, sir, MPCA.
Okay. What is your opinion about the IPL, Indian Premier League, where people play for money only, not for their country?
Sir, I feel IPL democratized the field of cricket. So, for example, in the earlier year, the kids from the small or the rural background could not come, but now they have the some platform to showcase their talent. Sir, because not everyone can reach to the Indian team, but now IPL is something which is democratizing the field and giving them chance to showcase their talent. So, this is the bright side I can see of IPL. But sir, some allegations are there that it has distorted the field of cricket about techniques. But sir, I feel T20 is the coming year, is the coming future of cricket, and Test definitely will remain the gentleman's game. So I feel
So
democratization.
IPL also remains a gentleman's game.
Sir, I feel so because something known as democratization is a very good point of IPL. I can see because my some friends are also coming in the IPL. I can see. So I feel I said I can feel democratization is the brightest point of IPL.
So, do you also wish to come to IPL sometimes?
Sir, actually, after under 16, I could not be selected in the under 19 team, and my 10th exam was there. So
Okay.
I scored really well. So I feel that civil services can be a promising career for me.
Okay.
Okay. Instead of calling it a democratizing venture, don't you think it is a commercial venture? Rather? People are earning money, lakhs, crores.
Sir, there might be some different nuances of IPL in the common parlance, but I feel democratization is the brightest point, and definitely some sir allegations are there that it is hawking the money of other sports, and IPL is basically having name and fame which other sports are not having. But sir, I feel cricket is definitely a gentleman's game, and IPL is the biggest step the BCCI has taken in the cricket.
We know something about the Office of Election Commission.
Yes, sir.
What is the procedure of, in Central Election Commission, at center, you have a Chief Election Commissioner with aided by two election
election
commissioners.
commissioners.
Who can remove the election commissioners?
Sir, the election commissioners are ruled by president on the advice of chief election commissioner.
And what about Chief Election Commissioner?
Sir, he is also ruled by the president of India. And some procedure is given in the constitution, like the judge of Supreme Court. I think so.
Judge of the Supreme Court has to be impeached by the Parliament.
So the procedure of the removal of judges of Supreme Court is same, I think, as the chief election commissioner.
But the election commissioners can be removed just like that?
No, sir. The procedure is not for the election commissioner.
Hmm.
They are ruled by the president of India in the consultation with the chief election commissioner of the country.
He has to recommend.
Yes, he has to recommend.
That is a condition.
Yes, sir.
Okay. International Court of Justice, since political science is an IR is optional, they passed a judgment recently again, condemning Russian aggression on Ukraine. But nothing happened. It had no impact on Russia or on the war. There was no impact. Why so?
Sir, actually, organization are made by the countries. So I feel as long as the political will is there. So, for example, the unprincipled exercise of the veto by the countries. So this impinges upon the integrity of the international organization. And so some things are sovereignty is something asserted by the countries in the national interest. So some impact is not there of ICJ in that.
Was that the only reason, or there was some other reason?
So sorry, I cannot.
What about veto powers?
Sir, it is an UNSC, and sir, UNSC can enforce the collective security provision by the assurance of by the consensus of P5, and
No,
somehow.
that's okay. But could Russia not veto this judgment?
Sir, sorry, I am not able to recall the exact provisions of the ICJ.
Okay.
Mridul,
Yes, ma'am.
political science IR is your choice, but you have given foreign service as your fourth choice. Why so?
Ma'am, while all the services are equally respectable, I am more inclined toward IAS. Ma'am, because coming from the tier 3 rural background, I have some empathetic attitude toward the weaker section of society, and hence, ma'am, I have deep willingness to work on the ground among the people. And ma'am, I feel that I am interested about interacting with the diverse set of people and problems. So I feel IAS is more I am aspiring for. And ma'am, coming for the foreign service provision, ma'am, definitely Indian foreign service is a lucrative job, and it is very good to uh, represent country on the international platform. But ma'am, I feel uh, having on the foot on the ground is my first priority. That's why I've chosen IPS and IRS above IFS.
But you see IFS only as a lucrative job?
Ma'am, actually, IFS is something which represents the country as an international platform, and we can showcase our values by the IFS. IFS are diplomatic corps of the country. Ma'am, definitely IFS is doing great job in making Indian foreign policy playing its bets, but I am more inclined toward IAS.
Okay. What is track 2 diplomacy?
Ma'am, track to diplomacy is something when the government is not in the picture, in civil society, strategic establishment are communicating with each other. This is a track to diplomacy.
Then what is track 3?
Um Sorry, I cannot call at this point of time.
Okay, you named Bhimbetka as one of the
Yes.
sites. What exactly is Bhimbetka?
Ma'am,
And what are these sites?
Ma'am, Bhimbetka is a prehistoric cave paintings are there in Bhimbetka in the Rajasthan district of Madhya Pradesh. Ma'am, it show the petroglyphs or the paintings of the prehistoric times. It show how the social life was there in the prehistoric times, and some issues, some concerns like child marriage themes are also there. Some communal harmony themes are also there. So this is the issue of this is the factors of Bhimbetka.
Basically, it shows the earliest human life settlements.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And what are the colors used in these paintings?
Ma'am, there are natural colors around red and green are the very prominent in that Bhimbetka.
Green.
Yes, ma'am, red and green. Red, green, and brown,
Really?
ma'am, as far as I
Check on
remember.
that.
Yes,
And
thank you.
what do they depict in their paintings? Which animals are there?
Ma'am, they depict horses is a prominent in the Bhimbetka, and others is the cheetal is also there. In I can remember as far as.
You visited the site?
No, ma'am.
No. Then how do you remember?
Ma'am, I have read about Bhimbetka.
Okay, deer bison.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, from medical tourism, India was acquiring a position in medical tourism. Now it is shifting to medical diplomacy. What does it medical diplomacy mean?
Ma'am, medical diplomacy means using the components like vaccine or the health infrastructure of a country to improve our relation with the other states. Sir,
Vaccine.
yes, ma'am, vaccine in the present context.
That is what medical diplomacy is.
Ma'am, vaccines and health infrastructure of the country, we can and the doctors for improving the relations with the other country.
Please have a look at it. It is basically propagation of traditional methods. Okay.
ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am.
Earlier it was allopathic only, but now a combination
Thank you,
of
ma'am.
these. My last question, why, who and the Indian government are at loggerheads over the COVID deaths?
Ma'am, actually, the methodology of WHO is that uh, they are saying that some before the COVID, the death should be some region should be there. In the Western countries, some region is basically certified why the deaths had happened. But in India, around 20% deaths are there for which we have certified the reasons why the deaths are there, but not for the others. Ma'am, that's why some issues are there that some countries are saying that India have more deaths than we have showcased in the official data.
What could be the percentage?
Ma'am, around 25% we have registered the death pre-COVID times, but not I cannot recall at the
5 times the number of deaths which India has said. Who is saying it is 5 times greater than what the Indian government figures are?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Please wait outside. Within 5 minutes, we shall call you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
मृदुल,
Yes, sir.
ये एक्चुअली बताओ कि आपको आईएएस में इस सिविल सर्विस का एग्जाम देने का व्हेन डिड यू थिंक?
Sir, after 12th.
Or 12th itself?
Yes, sir.
So you started preparing from that time only?
No, sir, I am preparing from third year only. सर क्योंकि वहाँ एक्चुअली मैं जहाँ से आता हूँ वहाँ सिविल सर्विस कोई ट्रेडिशन है नहीं. सर आई वुड बी द फर्स्ट इन द डिस्ट्रिक्ट ओनली. सो आई कुड नॉट गेट एनी गाइडेंस हाउ टू प्रिपेयर एंड व्हेन टू प्रिपेयर.
और कोचिंग वगैरह तो नहीं ली?
नो सर, मैंने कोचिंग नहीं ली.
सबसे अच्छी बात है ये,
बहुत अच्छा किया तुमने।
बहुत ही अच्छी बात है ये.
तुम्हारे आंसर ओरिजिनल
आंसर्स बहुत ओरिजिनल है एंड ये ओरिजिनलिटी ही यू हैव टू मेंटेन, राइट? क्योंकि जगह जगह छोटे छोटे ये जो खुल जाते हैं ना, ये उनसे बड़ा बहुत दुष्प्रभाव पड़ता है बच्चे के करेक्टर पे, डेवलपमेंट. सो द बोर्ड इज ऑफ द व्यू दैट यू आर वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट, you have very good amount of energy and your gestures etc are very positive, knowledge base is very broad. So according to us you are an excellent candidate. That is the highest category we consider as excellent candidate. When is your interview?
So 19th May.
19th May. So we want to give you few suggestions which will ensure that nothing goes wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First tell me how have you done your GS4?
So GS4 was good, but one question was left. Sir, actually I am having COVID-19 at that point of time. I was infected at that point of time. Some questions are left in GS4 and optional paper 1.
Question number 1.
Sir, one question.
How many marks?
Sir, 15 marks.
15 marks wala.
Yes, sir. So actually I was not able to write as well. Vomiting was so consistent. I could not write.
And GS3 में?
Sir, GS3 was good.
GS4 में कितने मार्क्स का छूटा?
Sir, 10 नंबर का.
वो तो चलो हो जाएगा कवर.
So my best was I think GS2.
GS2 IR और ये
Sir, optional convert हो रहा था तो
हाँ.
it was good.
और GS1?
Sir, GS1 भी अच्छा था. So the problem is in I think essay and these questions left.
क्वेश्चन लेफ्ट का चलो कवर हो जाएगा, लेकिन अच्छा और ऐसे का कैसा हुआ?
Sir, number will tell. I cannot say anything about essay.
क्यों?
सर मैंने लिखा तो था, मैंने जितना आता था मुझे, लेकिन सर ऐसे वो सब्जेक्टिव थे, डिपेंड्स के.
सारे GS4 से कनेक्टेड थे इस बार तो.
यस सर, दैट्स व्हाई थोड़ा मुझे इशू हो गया, मैंने प्रैक्टिस नहीं करी ऐसे की. लेकिन आई थिंक सर ऐसे मैंने ठीक लिखा था जनरली, बट आई कैन नॉट कमेंट एनीथिंग अबाउट कि मैंने कैसा किया.
दोनों ऐसे लिख दिए थे?
यस सर.
ठीक है. अब इतना टाइम है आपके पास, तो थोड़ा कुछ चीज़ों को स्पेशल प्रिपरेशन कर लो. फर्स्ट you should write, you should go thoroughly for economic survey chapter 2 and 4, right? Then pillars of budget. Next point, you should thoroughly study monetary policy and fiscal policy, right? Then third, recent successes and failures of India in international relationship. Next, COP26 and after. And for this you have to do one special thing, Down to Earth magazine of February, March and April, right? Because you have time, you can do one more thing. This will be very, very helpful to you. March and April, issues of Science Daily, Science and Technology Daily. पढ़ा होगा ना आपने इसको? तो
सर मैंने ये वाला मैगजीन नहीं पढ़ा है अभी.
नहीं पढ़ा? पढ़ लेना इसका, 2 महीने का
साइंस डेली.
साइंस एंड टेक डेली बहुत बड़ा आपको इससे हेल्पफुल हो जाएगा बहुत ही. नेक्स्ट आपको जो अच्छी तरह से पढ़ना चाहिए वो ये, क्योंकि आपने इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन लिया है, नेबरिंग कंट्रीज एंड एक्सटेंडेड नेबर. अब क्या है ये तो सबको पता ही है, रिलेशन क्या है. आपको ये तैयार करना है कि हाउ कैन दीज रिलेशंस बी इम्प्रूव्ड. Another thing which is very important is India's Chinese policy. India's Chinese policy. This is very, very important for you. Very, very important for you. Then you will have to analyze your relationship, that is India's relationship with US vis-a-vis China. ये इसमें बहुत बुरी हालत हो चुकी है अपनी इंडियन फॉरेन पॉलिसी में. ये वाली स्थिति बहुत डिफिकल्ट स्टेज में पहुंच चुकी है. ओके, इन सबको करने के बाद देन यू हैव, इस पे लाइन खींचो नीचे. यू आर फ्रॉम ए विलेज, यू हैव स्टेड इन विलेज. कब तक, कौन सी क्लास तक विलेज में पढ़े?
समिंग दतिया जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर्स है वो बहुत छोटा सा है ही है.
हाँ,
एमपी स्मॉलेस्ट
डिस्ट्रिक्ट है. हाँ,
सब मैं वहाँ रहा हूँ.
वहाँ रहे, कोई बात. अब एक काम करना, यू विजिट सम विलेज. बहुत टाइम है आपके पास, अभी यहीं रहोगे या घर भी जाओगे एक आध बार बीच में?
सर अभी तो मैं यही रुकाऊंगा इंटरव्यू तक.
इंटरव्यू तो जाओगे तो बीच में किसी से पूछ लो, या आपको खुद को पता ही होगा, इतने दिन आप तो घूमे हो ना, वहाँ रहते ही हो. तो एक काम करना, इसमें लिखो, लिस्ट बनाओ. एक तो गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स कौन कौन सी इंप्लीमेंट हो रही हैं?
सर विलेजेस,
हाँ?
विलेज,
इन ए विलेज. एंड गवर्नमेंट के फंक्शनरीज कौन कौन से हैं वहां पर? गवर्नमेंट के फंक्शनरीज कौन कौन से हैं? देन अपने को ये पता लगाना है, नेक्स्ट स्टेप नीचे लिखो, एरो करो नीचे एक. हाँ, ये पता लगाना है कि किस स्कीम में या किस ऑफिस में, चाहे वो हॉस्पिटल हो चाहे वो स्कूल हो, व्हाट आर द डेफिशिएंसीज. रियल लाइफ सिचुएशन, इट हैज टू बी रियल लाइफ सिचुएशन. Real life situation, what are the deficiencies? You come, then you sit in your room, you write the department or the deficiency, and अपने हाथ से 10 lines अपनी लैंग्वेज में उस पर लिखो कि रिमेडी क्या हो सकती है.
yes.
ठीक है. देन एक क्वेश्चन बार बार आपके से पूछा जा रहा था कि आप किस तरीके से इस सब चीज़ों को करना चाहते हैं. यंग मैन, यू विल बी हैविंग सो मेनी ड्रीम्स जो आप इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहते हैं. क्या करना चाहते हो आप, क्या करोगे बताओ. व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू? सपोज यू बिकम कलेक्टर, व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू डू?
My first priority is that so literacy gap is very much in our region in MP as well. Sir, actually the girls are prepared to get married. One of the major issues is that, sir, they are not having any dreams of becoming some officer or engineer. Only marriage is the one dream of the girls.
तो उसके लिए क्या करोगे फिर आप, एज डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर क्या करोगे?
सर देयर आर मेनी स्कीम्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. जैसे एमपी में से लाडली लक्ष्मी योजना है. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि इंक्रीमेंटल बेनिफिट दिया जाता है, मॉनेटरी बेनिफिट आफ्टर 21 ईयर ऑफ एज. एंड सर रिसेंटली गवर्नमेंट इज कमिंग विद द आइडिया ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग द मैरिजेबल एज ऑफ गर्ल्स. सर उससे क्या होगा, जो एजुकेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटीज बढ़ जाएंगी और जो फीमेल लेबर फुड पार्टिसिपेट रेट इंडिया में वो काफी कम है. So sir, what I can do, I can have some stakeholder consultation with the parents. कि government is giving some monetary incentives as well. Why not have some educational opportunities for girls, then get married?
That's very good.
So the local solution I can give. And sir, if in the local language I can say, sir, if I am allowed.
You are allowed, always allowed.
Sir, actually the problem is about dowry. The problem is that why should we invest in the girls' education? If we have to give hefty dowry, the amount is also fixed in our area. What is the dowry of at particular area? So ma'am, even constables are getting 20 lakh rupees.
20 lakhs
Of constables. That is fixed. Ma'am, so sir, what I can do is that I can say, if you educate your girls, definitely some dowry amount can be reduced. This is a localized solution. I can tell them कि by educating a girl, some dowry amount can be reduced, or can be there can no dowry as well. So education have many benefits for your girl. And sir, if you educate a boy, if you educate a boy, if you educate a girl, you educate generation. For example, she will have kids in the future. So if boy is there, if mother is not educated, how can a boy can be educated? So if mother पढ़ी लिखी होगी तो definitely जो.
So how will you spread this important message?
Sir, I will invite the role models of the area. So for example, some toppers are there from our area, IITians. So I will invite and request them do some role modeling in the area.
Hmm.
They are also from us only,
Hmm.
also a common background only, and they have become IITians, good engineers, serving the country, having some good name and fame as well.
Hmm.
So because name and fame is something which people will inspire for,
Hmm.
if I can showcase them.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is a one area I can identify.
Cricketers as well.
And then
So second is that in my area the problem is that, so my personal experience is that law and order is very poor. Sir, when I was in class 11th, some anti-social element come and have some good bad comment from the girl. One girl tried to have suicide
Hmm.
in the class 11th only.
Hmm.
So because Bundelkhand and Chambal are known for the law and order issues,
Hmm.
infamous for law and order
Hmm.
issues. So I will try to install some CCTV issues are there in that region. CCTVs are not there.
Hmm.
And so plus the small functionaries like constable and sub-inspector, they are the hand in glove with the criminals, petty criminals.
Hmm.
So sir, girls are not willing to have some good education because
Hmm.
they think we have to
It's
marry them.
unsafe. हाँ.
They are not feeling safe.
Hmm.
So this I can improve in our area.
ठीक है. This you make a specific note in 2 pages. A4 pages ले लो and 2 पेज में इसको लिखो अच्छे तरीके से, है ना? अभी तो आपने बोला ना जैसे, इसी तरह से इसको सिस्टमेटिकली आपके जो व्यूज आ रहे हैं उसको स्ट्रीमलाइन करके इसको लिखो.
सर ये मतलब मैं बोल सकता हूँ interview में?
हाँ, बिल्कुल 100% बोलना ही है.
तुम्हें मौका मिले तो बोलना ही है।
हाँ, ये तो बहुत पॉजिटिव पॉइंट है.
मौका मिले तो बोलना ही।
बोलना ही है इसको तो.
यही बोलना
यही बोलना है, तो बोलना ही है.
पूछा कि दतिया की क्या समस्या है,
तो यही.
तो आप पहले ये दो बोलिए।
हाँ.
सर एक दिक्कत में आइडेंटिफाई करिए सर, जो यूथ को बनना है क्रिमिनल सर वहाँ उस एरिया में, द यूथ आर इंस्पायरिंग टू बिकम क्रिमिनल.
कौन?
यूथ
एस्पायरिंग टू बिकम क्रिमिनल।
ये बोलो ना बात.
बोलो आप सर.
ये सही है. ये तो बहुत मार्क्स आएंगे. पागल हो गए ये चीज. किसने डरा दिया आपको? ये किसने कहा आपसे नहीं बोलनी है?
फर्स्ट टाइम पूछ रहा हूँ किसी से.
हाँ ना इसको ये चीजें तो सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ है आपकी, जब तो हम आपसे बात कर रहे हैं इतना.
तो यही है ना।
So they think कि by being criminal we can become an MLA one someday.
ओके.
This is the one
यहाँ तक मत कहना।
Legal issue.
एमएलए वाला मत जोड़ना.
ये
बस
मत
अपने
कहना।
यहाँ तक ठीक है कि वो क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटीज की तरफ अट्रैक्टेड रहते हैं. इतना ऐसा है ना. ये नहीं कि कैरियर बनाना चाह रहे हैं, बट क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटीज की तरफ ज्यादा अट्रैक्टेड रहते हैं. और वैसे मेरे हिसाब से तो इसको बोलना ही मत. ये 2 चीजें बहुत हैं,
Sure, sir.
है ना. उसको बोलना ही मत. वो क्रिमिनल और ये सब लंबे लफड़े शुरू हो जाएंगे, पॉलिटिक्स और ये सब गंदे हो जाएंगे, आपके एरिया से बाहर निकल जाओगे. तो जो आपकी एनर्जी है ना वो फिर डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन में भेजनी पड़ेगी. फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. बस ये 2 जो आपने बताया ना, ये
Yes, sir.
बिकॉज ये पॉजिटिव चीजें हैं.
Yes, sir.
अपने को इंटरव्यू के अंदर ये सोचना चाहिए कि वी शुड गिव मोर एंड मोर पॉजिटिविटी फ्रॉम आवर साइड, जिससे कि हमें लगे कि हाँ ये लड़का, ये बच्चा एक पॉजिटिव एनर्जी वाला बच्चा है. ठीक है ना. ये लोगों के लिए करेगा कुछ, इसके मन में रियल प्लान है, एक रियल प्लान है इसके बच्चे. ये इंप्रेशन अपना उसके अंदर जाना चाहिए. ठीक है. बाकी आपके कपड़े रहने का स्टाइल, पहनने का स्टाइल, बोलने का स्टाइल, जोश वगैरह सब कुछ बढ़िया है. आपके मन में और कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो कोई पूछो.
सर बुंदेलखंड से आता हूँ मैं, तो वहाँ से क्या प्रेफर करना चाहिए बुंदेलखंड एरिया के लिए? प्रॉब्लम्स क्या हैं, सॉल्यूशंस क्या हैं?
ये तो आप करोगे, ये तो बना ही लेना.
सर ये कर लिया है सर, और क्या करना चाहिए बुंदेलखंड के लिए?
नहीं, बुंदेलखंड के लिए और कुछ ज्यादा इतिहास बुंदेलखंड का तो बहुत पुराना इतिहास है ना.
सर मैंने हिस्ट्री नहीं किया है बुंदेलखंड का भी एक्चुअली.
बुंदेलखंड का हिस्ट्री कर लो बस.
उससे क्योंकि बुंदेलखंड
हाँ.
की हिस्ट्री काफी
सेकंड आपका
रोचक है।
वर्ल्ड
हाँ.
अपने जो इंडिपेंडेंस मूवमेंट
certificate from Uttar Pradesh.
Sir, the
There was a
demands are
proposal.
there from 1960s that Bundelkhand should have separate states. Should be
आप-
separate state. Is the question.
आप ऐसा है
हाँ,
कि
तो
हिस्ट्री
उसको भी तैयारी करो भाई, सेपरेट स्टेट होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए,
हाँ.
क्यों होना चाहिए।
क्या एडवांटेजेस हैं, और जो कोई दूसरे का एग्जांपल दो कि देखो ये अभी 2 स्टेट में बटा है,
छत्तीसगढ़ का सर
जो भी आपको है ना कि भाई ये एग्जाम्पल है, इसका अच्छा प्रभाव पड़ा या इसका खराब प्रभाव पड़ा, जो भी हुआ है वो आप उसको बताओ कि कैसे डेवलपमेंट ज्यादा हो रहा है, कैसे वहाँ पे क्या क्या चीजें आगे बढ़ रही हैं. ये आपको प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए.
And sir, one issue is that I have some genuine concern of speaking some fast, so the words do not come clearly.
नहीं ऐसी बात कुछ नहीं है.
स्लो बोली तो क्या है?
हाँ, हमने ऐसा फील नहीं किया कहीं.
मुझे
लेकिन-
बोला गया है कि आप बहुत फास्ट बोल रहे हैं.
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. बिल्कुल ठीक है.
आप चेष्टा ये मत करो कि मेरे को फास्ट बोलना है।
जो नॉर्मल निकले वही ठीक है. ये कोई चीज किस चीज का प्रयास मत करना. वहां पे क्या होगा, जैसे आप प्रयास करने की कोशिश करोगे ना, आपके ओरिजिनल थॉट्स हैं दे विल बी क्लाउडेड. उनको क्लाउड नहीं करना है अपने को. वही उन्हीं की वैल्यू है आपकी, बता रहा हूँ आपको. हमारा बोर्ड का बिल्कुल पक्का मानना है. हाँ, इसको मत करना आप ऐसा कुछ.
आर्टिफिशियली में एक्सेलरेट करना है, डिसएलरेट
कुछ नहीं करना है. आपका जो हो वो रहो.
बिल्कुल सही है
ये
तुम्हारा।
जीत का राज यही है इस यूपीएससी के अंदर. जो हो वो ही रहो. जैसे इसको छिपाने की कोशिश करोगे या इस पे कुछ रंगने की कोशिश करोगे, चांसेस डिक्रीज. ये ध्यान रखना.
Sure.
और एनीथिंग एल्स यू वांट टू आस्क?
No, sir.
थैंक यू, ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट, एंड यू कैन कॉन्टेक्ट अस एनी टाइम यू लाइक.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, अनअकैडमी को आप कांटेक्ट करिए, हमसे आपसे कांटेक्ट करा देंगे.
Sure, sir.
थैंक यू.
All the best.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
You will do very well.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Unacademy. Let's crack it.